On this, Bill O'Reilly and I agree. The worst thing you can do to the man is to quote him in his own words. Our fourth story tonight, Left-Wing Smear Merchants Week continues, exploring the evils done by the liberal cabal, members identified by Bill O. and Bernie Goldberg. Previously in the Left-Wing Smear Merchants Week, we've interviewed actress and activist Janine Garofalo and Marcus Molitzis of DailyKoast.com, two of our co-conspirators, on the Bill O. and Bernie top 5 list of left-wing smear merchants. Tonight, the HAL 9000 of it all, the website MediaMatters.org, whose character assassins, in Bill O's words, quote, distribute out-of-context statements to a carefully selected group of corrupt media headed by MSNBC. So why target Media Matters? Because they print the full transcripts. That would tick me off if I said the crap that Bill says. Or maybe it's because Media Matters points out when your clown car, Fox News, is driven instead by comedian boss Limbaugh, as with your latest attempt to protect Wall Street and AIG.
Barney Frank asking the CEOs to name names. Remember Joe McCarthy? He asked people to name names in that body too, and nobody liked it.
Actually, he was a senator. Fox apparently not listening closely enough to Limbaugh to realize that even he had tongue-in-cheek with this attack on Barney Frank, as you'll hear when he gets to Frank's hypothetical questions.
Barney Frank and the new McCarthyism, he will go the route of a subpoena to get the names of the recipients if the government-installed CEO, Ed Liddy, does not provide the names. The next question that will be asked, once these names have been produced, and they will be, then these people will be called up to testify before Chairman Frank's committee. And they will face other questions like, have you attended pro-capitalist meetings during course of your tenure at AIG? How many of your friends are free market capitalists? And what are their names? And where can we find them? And if you fail to answer, you will be cited as being in contempt of Congress.
Joining me now, Chief Character Assassin Eric Burns, President of Media Matters for America. Great thanks for your time tonight, fellow brethren of the Bend Sinister.
Thank you, Keith, for having me.
We will get to your foul practice of accurately quoting people, sir. But first, explain for any Fox folks who might be watching how asking for a list of names is in itself not sufficient to parallel McCarthyism.
Well, Keith, for your Fox listeners, Senator Joe McCarthy abused his power and conducted one of the worst witch hunts in American history and ruined hundreds, if not thousands, of lives of very patriotic Americans. Whereas what we have here is a group of folks who have essentially wrecked our economy being held accountable by a United States Congress. They've ruined thousands of lives and perhaps hundreds of thousands of lives, and certainly the jobs of many. And the Congress is asking to hold them accountable. And they want information about why these government-funded bonuses are allowed to be being given out by AIG for the folks that brought us here in the first place. So it's really completely different, and the comparison's irresponsible and ridiculous.
Even from your jaundiced point of view, why raise the McCarthyist parallel when it's so clearly off base? And besides which, a lot of the Fox Limbaugh audience thinks Joe McCarthy was right anyway.
Well, you know, I'll let Bill O'Reilly defend why Joe McCarthy was right, but you know, there's no question that these guys engage in this kind of fear-mongering all the time. We see it every day. Lately, we've seen, over the last couple of months, communism, Marxism, socialism, fascism. These are the words that are used to describe any attempt to clean up the mess that was left to us by conservatives after 20 years of deregulation. Now they've added McCarthyism to the mix. My question is, how can someone be a McCarthyist and a communist? I don't know that they know the difference, but I am concerned that, Keith, that they're running out of isms to use to attack folks that don't agree with them, and Lord knows what's going to happen after that.
Well, then they're going to get down to facts, which leads me to my question about you. If we can talk to your job about your job as the leader of the League of Assassins here. I mean, where in the hell do you get off printing exact quotations of what people say on national TV? Isn't that privileged information?
Well, you know, in this media environment, and certainly with Fox News, it appears to be. I think that, you know, the one thing that this enemies list shows is that, you know, Bill O'Reilly's biggest fear, and all the folks at Fox, is accountability and fact-based journalism, which is why MSNBC, the New York Times, got included on the list. And, of course, as you know, they attack us regularly. And apparently, because we, you know, are interested in fact-based journalism, that makes us an assassin, among other things. And I'll tell you, Keith, my mom was real upset when she heard that I was a character assassin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she was upset when she heard you didn't finish ahead of me. But, you know, the O'Reilly motto is very simple. If he doesn't know what the hell he's saying, why should anybody else? Eric Burns, who's the president of Media Matters, honorable mention in the list of worst left-wing smear merchants. Please try a little harder next year, and thank you for your time.
We'll do our best, Keith. Thank you so much.
Revenge of the animals in Alaska after the whole Palin turkey incident.